Good morning, children. Welcome to your first video. We will be taking up the story of APJ Abdul Kalam, the biography, autobiography, my childhood. Uh, this chapter is taken from the biography of APJ Abdul Kalam. The name of the biography was Wings of Fire. He begins his story by telling he was born in Rameshwaram. It's a small temple city. His father, although wasn't much educated, but he had innate wisdom, while mother was very kind. She fed more people, more outsiders than people of the house. He is in the mosque street, Rameshwaram, although is famous for temples. Rameshwaram, Rama, temple of Rama is famous over there. So he began his early childhood by saying he was raised in Mosque Street. He lived with his father and mother, and he had several other brothers. While his father was a very handsome man, APJ Abdul Kalam had quite ordinary looks. But they were a joint family, a bonded family, and the family stayed together. As we'll go through this chapter, we'll figure out that other members of the family also supported each other, like the brother-in-law or the cousin. They all supported each other. Now, he lived in Mosque Street, and his house was made of concrete, right? And it was a traditional house, a family house. It was inherited by the father. APJ Abdul Kalam claims that his childhood had been very fulfilling, both physically and emotionally. Right, whatever was needed by him, the father provided, be it food or clothing or emotional support. But one thing he didn't like was wasting of money. He essential luxuries he avoided. Now his story begins it during the First World War. As you see, the meaning of austere given here over here means simple, strict, and severe. So inessential comforts were all avoided, and his childhood was both materially and emotionally fulfilling. Now let's move on to the Second World War in 1939. For some strange reason, the price of tamarind had risen. So what did he do? He earned money for the first time by collecting tamarind seeds and selling it to the provision shop or the grocery shop. And for that, he got 1 anna. His brother-in-law Jalaluddin would tell him stories of what was happening in the World War during the Allied forces and the other ones. Like particularly, it was started by Hitler. We all know that World War, due to his designs, the World War started. Anyway, so the stories of World War was told to APJ Abdul Kalam by his brother-in-law. His name was Jalaluddin. Other than that, he would then go and try to find out all these news in the newspaper named Dinamani. So when India decided to join the World War, a state of emergency was declared in the country. Whenever a country goes to war, emergency is declared. And the first victim, the first casualty was the railway station. The halt at the railway station was cancelled. So for the newspaper vendors, it had become very difficult. His cousin Samsuddin was a newspaper vendor. So he needed a few helping hands. The newspapers were being hauled outside the moving train, and they had to be collected and then distributed. This is how APJ Abdul Kalam got his first job a newspaper distributor. He feels very pride whenever he remembers the first time he earned his wages. Now, in the fourth paragraph, he goes on to tell about how children are, what are the things that affect the character of a child. First thing, they are born with inherited characteristics that they inherit from their parents. Then they live in some specific socio-economic environment, the money earning thing. So you'll understand, some living in slums, some living in big houses. And then they are trained in a certain way by figures of authority. Now, who are figures of authority? Figures of authority are people who can affect your life. The government, the teachers, they are figures of authority. They change you, they shape your. Now, he says he had inherited discipline from his father and kindness, believe in kindness from his mother. Now, he had three friends, Ramananda Sastri, Advindan, and Siva Prakashan. All those were from Orthodox Hindu Brahmin families. And Ramananda Sastri in particular was son of Pakshi Lakshmana Sastri, who was the head priest of the Rameshwaram temple. You see, he's a big figure, a strong figure of authority. There was one thing he says about how secular was the society. During annual Ram Sita Kalyanam, it was the Muslims who carried the statue of Lord Rama. Ram Sita Kalyanam means the marriage of Ram and Sita. And he was told stories of Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Muhammad. So that is how he grew up, such a secular person. But one day when he was in 5th standard, he was sitting next to Ramananda Sastri, and the teacher, the new teacher that had arrived, he didn't appreciate that fact. How can a Muslim sit with a Brahmin boy? So he was shown his place and asked to go in the back row. Now, both Ramananda Sastri and APJ Abdul Kalam were in tears. Later, they went to their house and told the incident to their respective parents. Right. Kalam's parents were understanding, but Lakshmana Sastri, he didn't like it at all. He immediately summoned the teacher. And he said communal intolerance could not be tolerated. Either the teacher should apologize to both the children, or he was free to leave Rameshwaram. The teacher understood his mistake, he reformed, and he apologized to both the students. So this is how one thing about Rameshwaram was the society was very segregated. Social groups stayed in their group. They didn't intermix much. Like on the street, Hindu Brahmins were all friends, but Muslims were all friends. But once they came to the house, they were very orthodox. So there was this teacher, Siva Subramania Iyer. He was a science teacher. He was kind of a rebel. He didn't believe in it. Although he was an orthodox Brahmin, but he didn't believe in the old traditions that were followed rigidly. So one day he invited Kalam to his house for dinner. Kalam, a Muslim boy with a skull cap, went inside, and his wife refused to serve Kalam in her kitchen. Siva Subramania Iyer didn't say anything. He didn't scolded his wife or fought with her. He simply went inside and served the dinner himself. The wife was standing behind the kitchen door, wondering, looking at Kalam eat. Kalam was wondering what she is watching. Just because I am Muslim, do I eat differently? Do I move my plate differently? So, I don't know what she was watching. So, as Kalam was returning, he invited Kalam again to come next weekend for a lunch again. Kalam was hesitant, to which Siva Subramania Iyer said, listen, when we are doing the right thing, we should not bother about what others think, so long as we are doing the correct thing. That's why they will themselves change. And change she did. The wife did change. The wife, next time when Kalam went, the wife herself served the food. Now, Second World War was over, and now India was about to be free. So Kalam too wanted to grow. He wanted to move to the district headquarters for further education. The mother couldn't let the son go, to which Kalam's father told her, quoted Khalil Gibran, and he told her that although these children come from us, but we don't own them. They have their own desire to grow. That will be all for today.